You're listening to Forward Faster, bite-sized insights for entrepreneurs.
Many of us have participated in 5Ks or other races to support a cause. But what if there isn't a race that benefits the nonprofit that you care most about? Or what if you're just not a runner and you're looking for a different way to challenge yourself? DIEMlife is out to change the way we change the world and ourselves. Whether it's local or global, something for your community or something just for you, there are quests of every size and kind. My name's Kate Leonard. I'm the digital marketing manager at NextCore. I'm here today with DIEMlife's co-founder and CEO, Timothy Midgley. Tim, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me. I'm excited to chat with you.
Great. So I just wanted to start off, tell me a little bit about DIEMlife. How'd you get started? What's the organization all about?
Yeah, we have the classic story of helping my mom. So we had lost my father. My mom was down and out. We were looking for ways to rally her physically and mentally and get her support. As a family, I have siblings and family and supporters of her. So we started using Facebook. We sent out these challenges to do things like walk around the block, stay hydrated, read a book. Those are fun, but after a while, it kind of lacked the connectivity that we wanted. We were losing track of who was doing what and when and where. So having a tech background, I took the initiative to say, why don't we just try to make a beta app out of this process and keep my mom involved at the same time. And that went pretty well. And the word quest was born at that time. My mom will always be the quest master. No one can have that title. But we started hooking in nonprofits. It made sense, a quest to do something in support of this cause while you're tracking good things for your health and overall well-being, as well as doing events of any type, size, and shape. A quest can be anything.
Great. So give me some examples. Talk about some of the organizations that you're working with. And then, you say a quest can be anything, but maybe some specific examples of things that people have set up.
Yeah, I think the word quest, we've been asked where did that come from? Mm-hmm. My previous company was a video game based company. Okay. I think there's something in there about the word quest, but also I think, when someone's out achieving a goal, it can be the same goal, but everyone's going to have a different backstory, a different approach of how they're going to achieve that goal. And to me, that's where quest really comes in. It's your quest. Everybody's journey is different. You hear that word a lot these days, but it's really true. Is that you're going to build a quest, it needs to be very customized to you, but it can be a group of people all achieving the same thing. So the word quest, we really like more than a bucket list or a to-do list or something you're just checking off. It's a journey. So that's really where the word quest evolved from. And as far as organizations we work with, I mentioned nonprofits. So there's a lot of nonprofits that we work with who use our platform to fundraise. So it's a quest to do this one-off fundraising event, or ticketed events are another good fundraising option in our platform. So you can raise money while you're hosting an event, or you can host an event that raises you money. And we've worked with restaurants, for-profit organizations, universities, colleges and universities, and really just a growing base of different for-profit and nonprofit organizations.
So speaking of universities, because I think you've mentioned that you have a strong tie to Syracuse. You've done a lot of work with Syracuse University. Maybe you can talk to me a little bit about the work you've done there and if you have plans to expand your reach and get into other parts of the state.
Yeah, absolutely. Syracuse, I was born and raised in Syracuse. Have family currently in Buffalo and everywhere in between. So, I look at Central New York as a very special place, which I know a lot of us do. I've lived in New York City for quite a long time. So across the whole state, friends and family. What we do at Syracuse University, so they are a perfect example of how to use the platform to the full potential. They have programs that are based on Mondays. So an example of that, Move It Monday. Monday is like a reset in your mental clock, I guess you could say, where sure. It's a new start, right? You've just gotten through the weekend. So everything's based on Mondays, but you can do it anytime throughout the week. Move It Monday, De-Stress Monday, and Meatless Monday. Those are 3 programs that they wanted to promote, get people out doing. But again, it's kind of tough to just assign people things to do and hope that they're going to stay engaged with those campaigns for a long time. So what we did, we took a quest, we built a race across the United States in that quest, and you can log one of, I think it's 50 different activities across those 3 campaigns to move yourself virtually along the race route. So you can be in the real world. We've always been a hybrid platform, even before COVID. But that's the beauty of it. You can be at home on your treadmill. You can be at home reading, cleaning, cooking a plant-based meal. Lots of things to do in there. And they're really using our platform to build teams, get people out doing those healthy activities on Mondays and every day of the week, as I mentioned, and using the UI of the platform to really engage people.
So I'm a Syracuse University student, or I'm just someone who wants to find something to get involved with. I want to find a way to get out, get moving, participate in something. How do I find a quest near me? If I'm not in Syracuse, will there be quests near me soon? Tell me more.
Yeah, so with the race across the US that we had just talked about, that's a national quest. Anyone can do that. I mean, you could technically be anywhere in the world. So they're really supporting community around the college. Of course, there's students in there, staff and students as well. And we do have an Explore page. So on the platform, if you go to Explore, you can look by category of wellness for different events. The idea is that either organizations or groups of people who want to be leaders in a quest can create one and then invite people into the quest. So I think by browsing the platform, you may see something of interest. As you do things in the platform, we'll also suggest quests to you that you may like. So that's a part of it. Yeah, I think just getting in there, looking at who's doing what. There's lots of public challenges and public quests that you can just join.
So I would head to DIEM.life, that's DIEM. We'll put the link in the description box and search for requests. And what about if I wanted to create my own? Can you maybe walk through the process of doing that?
Yeah, we are free for individuals. So you can sign up. You can go to the top right menu, you see a menu, and one of the options is My Quests. So in that quest list, there's a button that says New Quest. So you can make your own. We've made it very friendly. It's a great way to link tasks or milestones together that you want to do. We have a bunch of people in there who've created personal challenges, whether it's eat ice cream at every ice cream shop in town or run a marathon or run an ultra marathon. There's really no limit. It's your quest. So we make it easy to do that. If you're an organization or a brand that's paying us to use the platform, we add features like the maps and the leaderboards and the fancier features that are more engaging, the ability to message groups of people. But you can do quite a bit as an individual. So yeah, get in there and start some quests. I'm waiting.
Awesome. And I think I can get behind the eat ice cream at every shop in town. That'd be great.
Someone just did that, actually. That's why.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's not an original idea. Okay. I'll join in on that one. So you talked a little bit about the restaurant component. Can you share with me, how did that get started? What led to the tie with local restaurants? Is there a story there?
Yeah, there is a story. I don't often tell a story, but I'll try to keep it concise just because there's a lot going on with it. But in short, my father used to love to cook for the homeless. He did that as just a personal hobby, you could call it. He owned a printing business, and across the street from that was a shelter. So the guys used to come in all the time, and he would give them odd jobs to do, but he would also cook food and set up a table outside often and give them food that he cooked. So in the beginning of the podcast, I mentioned my father passed away. When he did, the evening before, a gentleman by the name of John Tomino with an organization called In My Father's Kitchen came to our house. He was in our kitchen with our family in my dad's kind of last hours, it turned out to be. He feeds the homeless. That's part of his organization's outreach, to provide food for those in need. So there's a connection there already with the food and feeding the homeless. We started doing an annual 5K. That's what's going on now as well. We could talk about that later if you'd like. But in addition to that, when COVID hit, the thinking was, well, we can use our platform to rally up the community, donate, and then we can send that food that has been paid for by the donations to the frontline workers at hospitals. So we started that quest. I know there was a lot of those happening. I don't know if it was after ours or when the order was, but there's a lot of that going on. Our platform just made it super easy for restaurants to get paid. So instead of like, here's a PayPal from me, I just got $500, we were kind of organizing it into a programmatic way. And we ended up raising over $100,000 just grassroots through our platform, and delivered over 5,000 meals to hospitals in New York City, Syracuse, and in Pennsylvania.
And that $100,000 and 5,000 meals, that's just through the course of the pandemic over the last year? What is that?
Just through the course of the pandemic is about 8 weeks, maybe a little bit more, about
That's
8
incredible.
weeks, really big rally. And then we took all the funds and we're distributing them like every day to hospitals. They would place orders with us. We would pay the restaurants and the restaurants would bring the food, and we kept it all nice and neat in there, and worked out really well.
Well, you're doing wonderful things, and it sounds like it started off as something incredibly personal between your father and your mother, and now you're touching so many lives. So it's just incredible what you're doing. Can you tell us more about the race that you mentioned that is going on right now and how people can sign up and register to participate?
Yeah, we have an overarching big quest, mega quest, if you want to call it, that's called the Race for Wellness. So our annual 5K is now a part of that. If you want to register, and what makes ours a bit unique, I know there's a lot of races out there. If the listeners or the viewers are not familiar with a virtual race, you can really do that anywhere. So you can do it at home. You can get a group of friends or family, go out on the street to your park and run the 5K. And ours is a virtual event again this year. Could be back in person next year. But the idea with this race is that we're giving all of the proceeds. So the whole registration, which is $25, gets split between a nonprofit and a restaurant. So $25, we're going to give $15 to your favorite nonprofit and buy a $10 food gift card with the remaining 10. And we give those food gift cards back to the teams. That's the key. It's not for Tim to eat. I think I said that in another video. I didn't think about that. I was like, could be a good idea, but not very not very clear.
Yeah, important clarification. It goes back to the teams.
Yeah, it's not for Tim to eat for a year.
Okay.
So, and we're making it very easy to hook in your favorite restaurants. We don't have any traction yet in Rochester. We would love to get some nonprofits or restaurants hooked in, and supporters can join the 5K. They can reach out to us. We can hook them in very easily, and they can select it from a dropdown. So when they register, they can say, I want to support organization XYZ, and I want my gift cards to come from restaurant 123.
Okay, so if you're in Rochester, if you're a restaurant, if you're an organization, just a person who wants to get involved with this, you can head to quest.diem.life/5K to register. And Tim, is there a time constraint around when people should be joining this?
It's going to run until the end of the summer, August 31st. I don't know if that's technically the end of the summer, but until August 31st. So there is time to build a team, time to promote. We're looking to really, I think teams are the best thing that can give this a little bit of lift. So if somebody loves a restaurant or a cause, they want to build a team, they can do that up until August 31st and run their 5K and enter it to get on our leaderboards.
All right, Rochester, let's get on the leaderboards.
Do it.
Okay, Tim, I have to ask the question that we ask on most of our podcasts. Fast forward 5-10 years, where do you see DIEMlife? What would you like to see for your organization and for New York?
Yeah, I would love to build a better suggestion engine to help people that are logging activities. How can we suggest quests that are going to help you in your life? So a wellness optimizer, you could call us, social network of action. That's what we're building. So you're out logging things you're doing, you're joining these awesome quests. How do we suggest things that are more tailored to you, more impactful to you, more meaningful to you? It's by building that suggestion engine. So we're really trying to work on that. How are we going to keep you engaged? How are we going to make you the most productive person you can be, the most connected, and the most healthy?
So if someone had an idea for a quest or just a suggestion for your platform, how might they get in touch with you?
Yeah, so very simple. They can go to diem.life/contact. We're always checking that email. We've had a lot of great connections come through that simple contact form, and we'd love to hear from anyone who has an idea or wants to get help.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much, Tim, for joining us today. Again, everyone, if you'd like to get involved, head to diem.life. You can check out the quests that are currently available. You can explore different challenges for yourself or your community, help out a restaurant you care about, help out a cause that you're passionate about, and send your suggestions for new quests and help this grow into different regions of New York. If you're watching on YouTube, click the like button and subscribe. We'll see you next week.